to go, kids. See the exclusive NFL Kids Bedroom Collection. It's an amazing lineup, 4 exciting styles, and a roster filled with great looks for every NFL team. So don't miss out on the action. Beat the rush. Pick your style. Pick your team. And make your favorite NFL team a part of your playbook. 32 teams, 4 cool styles. The NFL Bedroom Collection, exclusively at Rooms to Go Kids.
It's always a party at Mardi Gras.
On the broadcast this evening, holiday tragedy, an unfolding story in Southern California tonight as a Christmas Eve party turns into a deadly nightmare. Christmas in America, digging out west, in the dark, in the east, more travel delays in between. Making a difference, one man who is finding a way to give people homes again after Katrina, one family at a time. An Eartha Kitt has died, and a distinctive and sometimes controversial voice falls silent. Nightly News begins now.
From NBC News World Headquarters in New York, this is NBC Nightly News with Brian Williams.
Good evening. I'm Amy Robach in tonight for Brian Williams, and we begin this Christmas with a tragic developing story, a deadly rampage and house fire at a Christmas Eve party. What we are learning is that it began with an estranged husband dressed in a Santa suit who was mistakenly let into the party and immediately began shooting. This all took place in Covina, California in Los Angeles County, where KNBC's Doug Kriegel joins us tonight with the latest. Good evening, Doug.
Good evening, Amy. What a situation. This was an annual family Christmas party, 25 invited guests, that was literally destroyed by a man dressed as Santa Claus who showed up at the door with 2 handguns and a flamethrower, a homemade flamethrower. When the door was opened, he began shooting people indiscriminately. Then he started firing the flames at the crowd. Covina Police Chief Kevin Rainey described this crime.
It appears Mr. Pardo then entered the residence and began firing indiscriminately at the people inside the house. Naturally, everybody fled the house best they could, even jumping from second-floor windows. Mr. Pardo, the package he had appears to be a homemade pressurized device to help spread flammable accelerant throughout the residence.
At this point, 6 people are confirmed dead, 9 people still unaccounted for. This is the worst crime in the history of this city. Live in Covina, California, Doug Kriegel. Back to you.
Doug Kriegel, thanks so much. And on this holiday, Americans from coast to coast continue to face more weather challenges, getting home or getting those gifts they hope would arrive in time. NBC's Michael Oku joins us tonight from Los Angeles with a look at Christmas across the nation. Michael, good evening.
Good evening, Amy. Here in Southern California, nobody expects a white Christmas, but we're having a very wet one, but not nearly as bad as up in the Pacific Northwest, where it's a completely different story. Washington State under a state of emergency because of record snowfalls now for 13 straight days. In Woodinville, streets were blanketed, travel treacherous. 6,000 residents were left without electricity after winds knocked down power lines. In Olympia, the roof of this high school collapsed under the weight of ice, water, and snow. Travelers were delayed at Chicago's O'Hare Airport Christmas Eve when an American Airlines jet taxiing slid off an icy runway. No one was hurt, but after a long week of delays, emotions were bruised.
I did sleep here overnight, just right over there on the bench. It was terrible.
Midnight Mass was celebrated at New York's St. Patrick's Cathedral.
Grant this through Christ our Lord.
By midday, New York City streets were packed.
Ho, ho, ho.
Jerry Hertz brought his family from New Jersey to enjoy the festive atmosphere.
Because it's a warm, magnificent day in the city.
Pretzels were going for $4, hardly a bargain, but retailers were getting ready to offer deep discounts, hoping after Christmas sales will offset the season's sad tidings.
The sales that we're seeing right now are probably one of the best sales that we're going to see in the next decade.
At the nation's capital, not a cloud in the sky. FedEx stores open to handle deliveries, stacked up by weather delays earlier this week.
If you're working today, you deserve a treat.
And at the Midnight Mission in Los Angeles, actors Anthony Hopkins and Dick Van Dyke were among the more than 200 volunteers who served meals and handed out gifts to needy children.
If I can put one smile on a child's face today on Christmas, then that's a great gift to me.
And Amy, you'll find that scene repeated across the country. Volunteers braving the elements to lend a helping hand.
NBC's Michael Oku, thank you. There is other news this Christmas night. We learned late today that Eartha Kitt has died after losing her battle with colon cancer. The sultry actress and singer with a distinctive voice had a career that spanned 6 decades and included its share of controversy. More from NBC's Peter Alexander.
Santa baby, just slip a sable under the tree for me.
It was Eartha Kitt's sultry style that made her an international star. One of America's most versatile performers, Kitt made her indelible mark as Catwoman in the television series Batman. Eartha Kitt, the self-proclaimed sex kitten, famous for that cat-like purr. Born in the South, Kitt had a challenging childhood. She was ostracized for her biracial background, given away by her mother and sent from the South Carolina cotton fields to live in Harlem. In New York, the shy teen earned a spot with a famed Katherine Dunham dance troupe, her unique persona winning her a worldwide audience, including Orson Welles, who once called Kitt the most exciting woman in the world. By the late 1960s, Kitt's career was soaring. She had the acceptance she so desperately wanted. It was her fame that got her a coveted invitation to the White House. It was her outspokenness that nearly ended her career. Right at the height of the Vietnam War, the First Lady hosted a ladies' luncheon at the White House. Eartha Kitt was one of 50 invited guests.
The Broadway star was all charm at Mrs. Johnson's White House luncheon to enlist women in the war on crime. That is until she stood up and shouted at Mrs. Johnson.
Thrown into something that I don't even understand?
But above all, Kitt was a survivor, celebrated for 60 years as a singer and dancer, and remembered as a symbol of elegance and sensuality. Eartha Kitt was 81. Peter Alexander, NBC News, New York.
We also learned today that British playwright and Nobel laureate Harold Pinter has died. Pinter was also an actor, director, and screenwriter. He wrote Sleuth and The French Lieutenant's Woman, but he was best known for his plays, more than 30 of them over almost half a century, capturing the anxiety and dark humor of modern life and influencing a generation of playwrights. Harold Pinter was 78. Well, this is another Christmas far from home for the many thousands of Americans in uniform around the world, including those on duty in Iraq tonight. Just as they are in our thoughts, they got a special thanks today from their commanding officer. Our NBC News Baghdad producer Sohail Uddin has more.
Christmas Day in Iraq, and Commanding General Ray Odierno takes to the sky on a mission to boost troop morale.
So what I try to do on Christmas, I try to go around to remote sites where maybe not too many people go, so they have a chance to see me and let them know that I appreciate what they're doing. What's going on?
Oh, sir. A word of thanks and encouragement to his troops, followed by a coin for each, the 4-star general getting into the spirit.
I tell them that we're a family as well, and I want them to know that we're all in this together. Everything that you do makes a difference.
At this outpost near Abu Ghraib, the men were grateful for the visit.
I appreciate your sacrifice.
It was nice to know that he took time out of his schedule to come out here in the middle of nowhere and see us. Say Merry Christmas, sit down, have dinner with us.
Christmas food was plenty. General Odierno's lunch was served in a trailer with the troops.
All right, I'll tell you what, stuffing's like my favorite thing in the whole world, so I'll take a little bit of that.
Christmas Day is treated like any other day. The sense of duty goes on, and the general is here to encourage that.
And I appreciate what you've been doing.
This could be the last Christmas for troops stationed at small urban camps. They'll return to larger bases by the middle of next year as Iraqis take control.
We'll stand back more and more, and that's a nice, slow way to ensure they can maintain the progress we've made and maintain the security that's been achieved. You know, it's always hard being away from family on Christmas.
The general's optimism bringing hope for the troops. Away from family, on another Christmas day. Suhailuddin, NBC News, Baghdad.
When Nightly News continues this Christmas night, making a difference by making a house a home for people devastated by Hurricane Katrina. And music with mass appeal from a surprising source.
It happens. You rip, tear, and never have time to repair. Wait, before you throw it away, let Mighty Mend It save the day. Hi, Billy Mays here for Mighty Mend It. The fast, easy way to mend, hem, and wear it again, saving you money. Mighty Mend It is not a glue, but a flexible bonding agent that grabs, adheres, and interlocks the fibers of virtually any fabric for a permanent repair. Sewing takes forever, but with Mighty Mend It, just apply, gently touch, and mend it. It has the strength to withstand storm force winds. Amazing! Easily mend a hem at your desk to look your best. Even if you sit and split, Mighty Mend It will quickly fix it. Mend pillows and comforters right on the bed, or make furniture repairs and save money. Mighty Mend It dries crystal clear and is safe for most any fabrics. Plus, it's machine washable. Even after 50 washes, the bond still stays strong. Whether it's denim, leather, or lace, you can use Mighty Mend It anytime, any place. We even repaired this parachute with Mighty Mend It, and it still has the strength to safely bring down this skydiver from 13,000 feet. Now that's the power of Mighty Mend It. Plus, it's ideal for scrapbooking or craft projects. You'll find hundreds of money-saving uses. Call now and we'll send you a large bottle of Mighty Mend It for just $19.99. That's enough for an entire house full of repairs. Order now and I'll triple the offer absolutely free. We'll even include a travel size and money-saving idea guide. But I'm not done. We'll send you a bottle of Gem It. Now you can add bling to just about anything. Yours free. You get everything for just $19.99. Order now.
You can call 1-800-928-7324 to order Mighty Mend It and receive the triple offer. The travel size and Mighty Gem It all for $19.99 plus $8.95 shipping and handling. Must be 18 years or older to order.
Friday. Imagine having a funeral for your daughter, then finding out she's alive. But for another family, a nightmare begins. The unimaginable case of mistaken identity. Now, both families share their story. How do you explain it to people? Dateline Friday, 9/8 Central on NBC.
It's Keith's Field Guide to Scoundrels. Every weeknight, Countdown names its worst person in the world. Repent! Countdown with Keith Olbermann, MSNBC, weeknights. Millions watch The Biggest Loser Family's finale. And starting Tuesday, January 6th,
you are the heaviest contestant we have ever weighed in.
A new journey to save lives begins. Biggest Loser Couples premieres Tuesday, January 6th, 8/7 Central on NBC.
We're back with our special week-long series of Making a Difference reports. Tonight, one man with a gift that gives special meaning to the idea of being home for the holidays. Here's NBC's Mark Potter.
In the area known as Gentilly, finishing touches are being made to 20 brand new homes, being given to 20 families who haven't had a home since Hurricane Katrina. It's part of a $20 million gift from Leonard Riggio, the chairman of Barnes & Noble, who watched with horror 3 years ago as New Orleans was torn apart.
What was needed here was a family-to-family, heart-to-heart gift to human beings in need of help.
Among them, Edgar Williams, a school crossing guard who lives in a cramped FEMA trailer with his friend Elisa McKendall. Being given a new home for free makes them whole again.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Not only made whole, I made extremely happy.
That's probably 10 feet up.
Yeah, probably.
David Bryant's home was also destroyed by hurricane floods.
This was the mess that they ever.
His two children can't believe they're being given a new one.
They keep asking me, when will the house be ready?
The 20 houses are built together to form a neighborhood. The recipients are all local residents. Because so many of the people who are getting these homes also lost all their furniture in the hurricane, they are being given new furniture. And they got to pick it themselves for a personal sense of ownership. Late last week, the new owners finally visited their new homes and thanked Leonard Riggio and his wife, Louise. Edgar Williams walked in and couldn't believe his eyes.
Oh, come on.
David Bryant's children will each have their own room now.
Oh, my God. Want to see your room? Come on. Yeah.
For Riggio, it was very moving and worth every penny.
I cried. I cried. I couldn't help crying going into the first home. It fills my heart with so much joy.
A feeling shared by all the new neighbors. Mark Potter, NBC News, New Orleans.
In eastern Tennessee, cleanup crews are hard at work this Christmas removing toxic coal sludge. It's from a spill described as 40 times the size of the 1989 Exxon Valdez disaster. There is concern about serious environmental damage, but officials say so far tests show no threat to the area's drinking water. We'll have much more on this story tomorrow night from our Chief Environmental Affairs correspondent, Ann Thompson. And we're back in a moment with Brian Williams and memories of a Medal of Honor recipient who is also a familiar face.
Are drafty doors and windows forcing you to crank up the heat? 30% of your energy bill is literally flying out the door. Introducing Twin Draft Guard, the double-sided insulating miracle that's guaranteed to create an airtight seal. It's twice as effective because it seals air from both sides of the door. We used a hairdryer to show you how air seeps under the door. Install the Twin Draft Guard to create an airtight seal. Nothing gets through. Patented Twin Draft Guard is so easy to install. Just slide it onto any door. It's that simple. Twin Draft Guard adjusts to any door or window. Cut the inserts to the length you need. Slip them into the cover and slide onto the door. And close the door for a draft-proof seal. Door snakes need constant adjustment. What a pain! But Twin Draft Guard moves with the door. Twin Draft Guard seals almost any door gap on any floor. Wood, tile, linoleum. And it easily glides on carpet. It works on windows too. The flexible double-sided arms block the airflow for an airtight seal. Use Twin Draft Guard on outside doors to block the cold winds and snow. Insulate garages and basements. Keep out fumes and noise. In hot weather, Twin Draft Guard seals in cool air to lower air conditioning bills. Adjustable Twin Draft Guard is only $19.99. Call now and we'll double the offer. You'll get 2 Twin Draft Guards for $19.99. It's guaranteed to lower your energy bills. If it doesn't pay for itself the very first month, send it back for a refund. As a free gift, you'll receive the Chrome Finish 5-prong over-the-door ceramic hook. No installation. Just slip it on any door for coats, accessories, and more. It's a $30 value free. 2 Twin Draft Guards and ceramic over-the-door hook, all just $19.99. Call now.
You can call 1-800-516-5909 or go to twindraftguard.com. You'll get 2 double-sided Twin Draft Guards and the free bonus over-the-door hanger for $19.99 plus $7.95 shipping and handling. You must be 18 years or older to order.
Introducing Payne's newest Vanishing Act. New Icy Hot Vanishing Scent. Now the power of Icy Hot glides on icy to dull paint, then gets hot to relax it away, and the scent vanishes. New Icy Hot Vanishing Scent. Make pain and scent a Vanishing Act.
Well, are you going to pick it or not? It's not ready yet.
Every Smucker learns to wait for fruit to reach the peak of perfection to make extra delicious jam. With a name like Smucker's, it has to be good.
Celebrate the holidays on today. From our family to yours. Happy holidays from today, only on NBC.
Nightly News at nightly.msnbc.com.
Ho, ho, ho!
Christmas night deal brings holiday cheer.
Just rip the wrapping off.
Because the million's here.
That makes me feel like giving more.
Christmas tonight is on NBC.
We are back on this Christmas night. There is a new book in bookstores featuring a young man on the cover who may look familiar to our viewers. The author is a member of our NBC News family. He is our military analyst, retired U.S. Army Colonel Jack Jacobs. Jack has the high honor of being a recipient of the Medal of Honor, awarded for his combat actions in Vietnam. He's written about that and his own life in a new book, which he talked about with his longtime friend and colleague, Brian Williams.
Jack, I've known you for a long time, but I didn't know the whole story. And I was so gripped by reading the battle exploits in this book, and yet, throughout, there's a philosophical sublayer starting with the title, If Not Now, When? Can you start with that?
Well, it's from Hillel, a first-century Hebrew scholar, who, when asked for some advice by somebody who didn't want to do something but knew he had to do it, he said, if not now, when? If not you, who? And if not now, when? And that's permeated the lives of most people I know who've been in service.
And that was the phrase that got you up from your depths and led to the award of the Medal of Honor. We have under 100 living recipients today. And to a person, I'm lucky enough to serve on your board, to a person you all say you're not wearing the medal for yourselves.
No, we're not. We're wearing it for all those who didn't come back, all those who performed valiantly and nobody saw what they did. People saw it and they themselves died. And even today we have 1.7 million young people out there defending us, a country of 300 million people. No, we wear the award for all those who can't wear it.
And your particular Medal of Honor was put around your neck by President Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Tell us about that.
Asked me on the day, he said, son, he said, are you nervous? And I said, no, sir, I'm not. He said, well, I am. And he had the proverbial Nixon bead of sweat on his upper lip. It was a spectacular affair, and it was striking not because of the ceremony itself, but because it was held out in the White House lawn, and they had opened up the gates to the White House grounds, and anybody who wanted to, anybody could come onto the White House grounds and watch the ceremony on that October day. Things have changed dramatically since then.
What do you hope people will take away from If Not Now, When?
A couple things. First, the notion that anybody can do anything if he really puts his mind to it. Most importantly, though, that we all have an obligation to our fellow man. We all have an obligation to our communities and to the nation writ large. We live free because of the sacrifice of other people, and we have to do our part, because if we don't, we will all surely die. It's very important that we remember we all have to contribute in some way.
And a final question. You've also enjoyed a successful career in business, having come home from Vietnam. Do you think, as we head into what some are saying could be a depression, that this may be an era where service perhaps creeps back?
Well, I hope it becomes the notion that permeates the entire country, because to paraphrase or even quote Franklin, we will either hang together or we will surely hang separately. We all have to make an effort on the behalf of all other Americans. We have to do all we can for each other, and then we will surely prosper.
The book is If Not Now, When? And the author is retired Colonel Jack Jacobs, recipient of the Medal of Honor, otherwise known as my friend Jack. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Brian Williams with Medal of Honor recipient and author Jack Jacobs. And one more Christmas note. One of the hottest Google searches this morning around breakfast time was this: what restaurants are open on Christmas? That burning question made IHOP one of the day's hottest search results and had web surfers clicking on the International House of Pancakes to see what time the doors opened. So much for a home-cooked Christmas breakfast. We'll be right back with some joyful noise and a surprising new singing sensation.
Today I found out that my funny bone is sick and that my drug plan's monthly premium changed. So I compared other plans and found similar coverage at a better price.
Now's the time to review and compare Medicare prescription drug plans. And from November 15th to December 31st, you can even change your plan. Call 1-800-MEDICARE or go to Medicare.gov and use the Plan Finder to see options in your state.
Your funny bone is better now.
And so is my prescription drug plan.
I never thought I would have a heart attack, but I did. You need to talk to your doctor about aspirin. You need to be your own advocate.
Be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
You take care of your kids. Now it's time to take care of yourself.
Impressive resume. I see you're flatulent in 3 languages, graduated top of your gas.
Got gas on your mind?
Your son Rip is on line toot.
Try Gas X. Powerful relief from pressure and bloating in a fast-dissolving strip. Gas X. Pressure's off.
Introducing Payne's newest Vanishing Act.
New Icy Hot Vanishing Scent. Now the power of Icy Hot glides on icy to dull pain, then gets hot to relax it away, and the scent vanishes.
New Icy Hot Vanishing Scent. Make pain and scent a vanishing act.
Lindsey Vonn, she stays tough. Earlier, she had an all-over achy cold. What's her advantage?
It's Speedy Alka-Seltzer. New and improved Alka-Seltzer Plus. Rushes relief for all over achy colds. The official cold medicine of the U.S. ski team. Alka-Seltzer Plus.
I have COPD, which makes it hard to breathe. But now that I'm breathing better with Advair, I can spend a day with my favorite little camper.
For people with COPD, including chronic bronchitis, emphysema, or both, great news. Advair helps significantly improve lung function. While nothing can reverse COPD, Advair is different from other medications because it's the only product with an anti-inflammatory and a long-acting bronchodilator working together to help you breathe better. Advair won't replace fast-acting inhalers for sudden symptoms and should not be used more than twice a day. People with COPD taking Advair may have a higher chance of pneumonia. Advair may increase your risk of osteoporosis and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Advair.
I love coming here, Grandma.
Me too. Ask your doctor how Advair helps improve lung function for better breathing.
Find out how to get your first full prescription free at advaircopd.com.
Next at 7, a bloody ATV accident. 2 siblings are rushed to the hospital after slamming into oncoming traffic. Missing infant mystery. A South Florida couple pleads for the safe return of their son, and a family is out thousands of dollars after someone stole everything from under their tree. Those stories and much more coming up at 7.
And may our hearts be filled with hope and joy, for the Savior has been born for us.
At the Vatican today, Pope Benedict delivered his Christmas message to the city and the world while calling for peace in troubled lands. The Pope also urged solidarity to deal with the financial crisis, warning that greed would push the world into global ruin. And finally on this Christmas broadcast, what you might call some heavenly music. It's from a group of clergy who are now topping the charts. They've discovered that mixing songs from their services with Irish tunes from their childhood has a greater mass appeal than anyone imagined. NBC's Keith Miller has their story.
They are the most unlikely boy band in the world. 3 priests from Northern Ireland have an unexpected hit with a CD of spiritually inspired tracks. Call it a minor miracle, but their CD Priest is #1 on the top 10 new artist album chart, #1 on several classical charts, and now has a place in the Guinness Book of World Records as the fastest selling classical act in the UK.
I suppose, yes, there is something unique about having 3 diocesan priests singing this music, who have been singing this music over many years.
Almost 40 years. Brothers Martin and Eugene O'Hagan, along with boyhood friend David DeLargy, have found harmony in songs.
And I suppose when we were small, The Sound of Music was the big film. And Mummy then took us on tour, if you like. That was our first few gigs, really, with our mother. And she took us like a little mini Von Trapp family.
But you may be actually the original soul singer.
Oh, yes. Like that one, yes.
Certainly in the way you...
that. We never we might use that.
They even made it on YouTube, where their act recently received more than 200,000 hits. The priests have the world's only recording contract that contains the clause, parish work has priority over performances.
Their main priority in life is to return home to make sure that they can do the Mass on Sunday.
They will go on tour, but not for too long or too far from home.
We came back from the States, and first thing that I was asked about when I came back from the parish was, Father, there's a leak in the ladies' toilets. So that certainly brought me straight back down to earth.
The priest recently signed a $1 million contract. Royalties will go to charities.
Silent night, holy night.
They may be the only entertainers who are more interested in mending souls than climbing the charts. Keith Miller, NBC News, London.
And that is our broadcast for this Christmas Day. Thank you for being with us. I'm Amy Robach, in tonight for Brian Williams. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
A Sunday morning legacy of more than 60 years. Now, David Gregory begins the next great chapter. If it's Sunday, it's still Meet the Press.
Live, this is South Florida Nightly News on NBC 6 HD.
First at 7, a Christmas Day crash sends 2 South Florida siblings to the hospital in an emergency helicopter. Police are still trying to figure out whether the children were wearing helmets while riding an ATV when they slammed head-on into a Honda. Gary Whittam is live at Ryder Trauma Center in Miami. Gary, how are the children doing tonight?
Well, that's something that we're unsure of right now, but we can tell you witnesses that were there at the scene that called paramedics said the kids were breathing when paramedics showed up. Just after 1 this afternoon, witnesses tell us a 10-year-old girl and her 13-year-old brother were riding an ATV near Southwest 258th Street and 132nd Avenue in Homestead.
All of a sudden, we heard a big bang, and we ran outside, and it turns out that right over here, the car was shattered. There was a little girl on top of the car.
People who saw the accident tell us the kids riding on the ATVs lost control when they hit a bump in the road, eventually colliding head-on with this car. Neighbors say it's not unusual to see people driving dangerously down this street.
A lot of teenagers from the ages of 13 to 16, most of the time 18-year-olds as well, come on four-wheelers or dirt bikes, running down the street. They sometimes don't even respect the stop sign.
And now one family that expected to be gathering around the Christmas tree all day today are now gathered here at the Miami Children's Hospital hoping for the best. Now, according to Florida law, ATVs are not allowed to be driven anywhere on public streets. And if you're in a designated area that ATVs can be driven around, children 16 years and younger must be wearing a helmet. Live at Miami Children's Hospital, Gary Whittam, South Florida Nightly News.
And a live look outside now at downtown Miami, where it's been for the most part a dry Christmas day. But what gift will Mother Nature give us tonight and the rest of the long holiday weekend? Meteorologist Ryan Phillips joins us now with the first look at your Christmas night forecast. Ryan.
Tisha, good evening to you.
Good
and
evening.
Merry Christmas. It was an okay afternoon. The morning kind of cloudy, and we had some shower activity. Nothing like we had Christmas Eve, but it only gets better from this point forward as we get into the long holiday weekend. All looking good here across the area. This is a Magic City right now, courtesy of our camera down at Cocoa Walk. There are still a few showers we're tracking on Weather Plus Titan HD. Off to the south, into the upper Keys, just a few residual showers. All in all, through the afternoon, though, nice to see the return of some sunshine and more to come in the days ahead, with just a few dying showers here through the upper and middle Keys. All right, right now at this point, the wind's coming down just a touch, mid-70s.